Have you ever had a moment when you wanted something, and I mean truly wanted something with every fiber of your being? I hope that every single one of you listening said yes. Because even if you are painfully average, you will always fantasize about a scenario or a dream that you would give everything for if you could just have it now. It's a beautiful thing to be sitting alone outside at night and realizing that you wanted this thing with all of your heart and that no one can take your dream away from you. This could be anything really. You could finally decide that you want to make people respect you after years of being disrespected. It could be truly wanting to make something more out of yourself and helping your family out of poverty. It could even be something as simple as wanting a girl to notice you. You feel the beautiful emotion that is to need, not want, and in that moment you feel like the whole universe could try to stop you, but you will keep pushing forward no matter what. You decide that it's finally time to make something out of yourself and realize the incredible potential that every single human being is capable of. You feel so invincible in that moment and so sure that you're going to achieve your dreams this time. This time will be different and nothing will stop you. Everyone has felt this emotion. So why is it that almost nobody ever achieves their dream? Why is it that in that moment it feels like the veil was lifted on our lives and that we had finally begun to truly live and see our lives for what it has been? But the next day, or maybe in the next hour, we no longer feel this powerful emotion. Why is it that we, one moment, will feel so motivated to do something that we can't sit still and that our hearts burn just thinking about it? I honestly can't say why or where this burning desire comes from, but I want you to know that you need to satisfy it. The next time you feel like this, remember the feeling and etch it into your mind. The self hatred you feel for having not accomplished your dream and a desire to accomplish it. Write about it so you never forget it. Remember that your brain is constantly looking for comfort and that whatever limiting belief your brain tells you is simply a lie that it's going to use to stay in comfort. Your brain will tell you that you're simply not strong enough to achieve your dream. It'll tell you that you're not anything special and that people will laugh at you for throwing yourself at your dream and that you should just give up before even attempting it. Your brain is an incredibly powerful tool that you can use to realize your unlimited potential, or it can be used to neuter you forever and make you feel like you have hit your limit when you aren't even halfway there yet. Your brain will say idiotic excuses such as, "You are a perfectionist. Wait until the perfect moment to ask her out," or "wait until the perfect moment to do that thing that you always wanted to do." You will strike when the perfect moment arrives and you will become victorious. It sounds so tempting, and it even sounds like a great trait to have, being a perfectionist, I mean. But this is nothing but your brain creating an excuse for you to not go do the difficult thing that you need to get done. Your brain will disguise its laziness with productivity and logic by saying shit like, "We already ran today, and we didn't sleep our full 8 hours last night, and we are kind of hungry, and we don't want to waste our energy on junk volumes. So let's just skip today's workout and hit the next one 3 times as hard." It'll say something stupid like, "We won't ask her out today because we don't look our absolute best, and her friend is right there with her, and we don't even have that great of a plan for a date if we do by some miracle get her to go out with us. Let's give it a couple more months to get even bigger at the gym and wait for the perfect opportunity." Those two excuses, especially the last one, sound so logical and so convincing that you will be tempted to fall for it with all of your heart. But the reality is that your brain is scared and is looking for comfort. The perfect scenario will never arrive. And if for some reason it does, you will find an excuse not to do the thing that you have waited weeks, months, or years for. You could have the perfect opportunity to ask your crush out, and your brain will say something in the back of your head that will sound extremely logical as to why you should wait things out. Because an even more perfect scenario has a 0.0005% chance of happening. Never listen to that voice in your head that is telling you that you were good enough today and that you have earned something that will only be a detriment to your life. You'll have a day where you did almost everything that you promised yourself the night before that you would do. And near the end of the day, when you're driving home from the gym or when you're coming home from the office, your brain will say that you have earned a reward. It'll tell you that you were so good that you deserve to stop by McDonald's and buy yourself a Big Mac. Or it'll tell you that you can just ignore journaling and schedule tomorrow and just watch some anime or play some video games. Understand if you do fall to that voice, that you are doing your future self no favors. Understand that your reward is doing the right thing right now because you're giving your future self such an advantage by not rewarding yourself now. You may not see the advantage of doing all these incredible things now, but never forget that your future self will look back on you now and be thankful that you did everything right. You do not want to steal your excellence from your future self. It may make you feel like a loser for not going to a rave with your boys, to stay at home and study for the LSAT, but your future self, when he gets into his dream law school, will be so thankful to you for making your dream come true. No matter what, do not ignore the important, difficult things that you need to get done now. Don't reward yourself by robbing your future self of benefits. Never listen to your brain when it tells you that you can finally stop and that where you are is fine and that you don't need to go any farther. We made it farther than we ever thought possible. Let's stop here and just enjoy it. It sounds so logical, but whenever you hear something like that, just know that the voice is not your own, but your brain trying to limit you and your potential for momentary comfort. Your brain will say something similar when you are going for a very long distance run. It'll say that you've never ran so far before, so you deserve to rest. You deserve to stop just for 2 minutes to reward yourself for your great effort. If you ever want to hear that voice on command, just go out for a hard run. Your brain will tell you that you're at your limit, that your lungs are going to explode, and that all of your muscles will shrivel up and die if you keep going. It'll tell you that you are no longer running as fast as you did in the beginning, so your performance is low and you need to go home and rest. It'll throw all the excuses out onto you about why you need to stop, but you will realize that it's all in your head. You have never hit your limit while running if you have never vomited and just collapsed. The vast majority of people have never actually reached their limit, but believe they did simply because that voice in the back of their head is telling them that they have. There's a reason why the vast majority of people are awful at running. It's not because they don't have the potential or the genetics for it. It's because they listen to that voice in their head that tells them that it's fine to stop there. I personally have only ever pushed myself there a handful of times in my life, doing things such as gassers or other sprinting training, and truly pushing myself to the absolute edge of what I am capable of. Am I saying that you need to hurt yourself and get yourself injured by pushing yourself too far? Absolutely not. I'm saying, however, that what the vast majority of people consider pushing yourself too far or getting close to injury is not even halfway to either of those things. The vast majority of people do not have the willpower to push themselves so hard that they will die from their efforts. If you don't believe me, try this exercise. Try to hold your breath until you pass out. I don't mean until you're lightheaded or even until your fingers and lips turn blue. I mean to truly lose consciousness and not succumb to the voice in the back of your head telling you that you're going to suffocate if you hold your breath for any longer than 1 minute. I've never been able to push myself far enough in one go to even just have my lips turn blue, much less pass out. Remember this exercise when you think that you may be pushing yourself too far. You aren't even a master of your own breath, yet you think that you can push yourself so far that you'll die? As long as you keep decent form and do the necessary pre- and post-workout stretches, you will not die. Remember that the voice that is limiting you in your head is just a siren song that is meant to hold you back and keep you in comfort. That voice is almost never right, and it is simply robbing you of the future that you want. Never forget the feeling that you etched into your body. Never forget the burning desire that you once felt to make something out of yourself and to achieve your dream. Whenever you doubt your ability to achieve your dream, just call on that memory of the emotion that you felt when you truly wanted nothing else in this world but to achieve your dream. Read what you wrote down about your passion and a new fire will be lit once again in your heart. It may not burn as brightly as it did that night, but even if it's just a tiny ember, it will cast a light on the dream that you have and will force you to achieve this dream for yourself. Your dreams are yours and yours alone. Don't allow anyone to steal your dream. Especially don't rob yourself of the future that you want more than anything else.